Hello everyone. So today in this video, we have a little complex scenario where we have to deal with multiple things like urban workbench, Power Automate, MS Word, SharePoint, converting the Word to PDF, then storing them somewhere in the SharePoint, downloading them for a single record, as well as to see how we can achieve it for the batch printing as well. So this form here, you can see here we have this button. Let me show you here. This one, not this one. So if you come here, this is a case, Dynamics 365 Sales Hub. So either if you create a new case or if you open any existing case record, this is the existing buttons on the command bar. So suppose if here I want one custom button, and on click of this button, it's a trigger Power Automate, which should capture all these fields and it should populate in the MS Word. That MS Word is stored somewhere in the SharePoint, and that word we are converting into the PDF, and then we are downloading it automatically here as well as storing them in SharePoint. For clarification, you can just refer this image where on the click of this button, triggering this Power Automate, then we have somewhere stored this word template in the SharePoint, which is mapped with the field logical names of this, like case title, subject, customer, all these things, converting to PDF, storing and creating this, generating this document, downloading it, all these things. Okay. So we are going to see everything here. Now, before starting, there are some things which you should already have it. Okay. First of all, you should have the SharePoint access, or if you have OneDrive access anywhere, wherever if your file is stored, this MS Word is stored in the SharePoint or OneDrive, anything is fine. You need to have the access. Okay. Second thing is a ribbon workbench. So this is nothing. You can simply go to the web and search for the ribbon workbench and download it. So just to show you here, see, I also have this ribbon workbench. I'll just share you the link how you can download and install it. Simply install it, keep it in your environment. I'll be putting this in the details. Now coming here, if you have ribbon workbench, you need to have the license of Power Automate. Okay, because we'll be needing some connector which may need premium license or something like that. We'll check. And MS Word. If you have MS Word, that's fine. But in that, you need to have the developer mode enabled. Now I'm going to show you everything, how you can enable the developer mode, how you can install this. I think this ribbon workbench is simple only. You need to have the SharePoint access. Everything we are going to cover step by step. Okay. So now let's start with the ribbon workbench. I'm assuming you already have the ribbon workbench. If not, then just go to the link provided in the details, download it and import into your solution. Okay. Now coming here. So first, you just go to this one, advanced setting. Okay, so first, right now we are dealing with the ribbon workbench. Then we'll go with the next step, creating flow. Then we also need to have environment variables. You need to have the knowledge of JavaScript because we need the JavaScript code in order to download that file into the system. Like as soon as I click on this button, uh, the field that or the what do you call that word will be populated from here. It will be stored in the SharePoint. At the same time, here also it will be downloaded automatically. So for that, we need to write one custom code. We need to have the environment variables. Then also we need to map the field names, these field names into the my MS Word. MS Word means, see, if you come here into the MS Word, see, if you open it, you will see the developer tab, this one enabled. So I'll show you how to enable it. That is in the third step. And then you need to have the dynamics and this SharePoint integration done. If it is that, because whenever you open any existing record, there is an option of document here. So just come here and I'm going to show you everything here. In case, let's open this case and see, whenever there is a SharePoint integration done with the Dynamics, one tab should open here for the documents. Let's see if we have it. No, right now we don't have it. So I'm going to show that as well. Just to know more, you can just go to this YouTube channel, Power Dynamics videos. I'll put the link here in the description. And we have done already the SharePoint integration part in another video, which you can refer. Now see, in the here in the setting, and the advanced setting, go to the this one and go to the custom solutions. Okay. So here I have already created one solution. There is nothing inside it. This is just a solution. Okay. So if you open it here, let's just Okay, open it. Right now, nothing is there. Also, I forgot to mention, in the world, there are some templates which are not supported by Microsoft Online, like MICR characters or some other characters are not supported. So if you have such requirement to put another fonts in the Word which is not available, which is not supported by Microsoft Word, that also while converting from Word to PDF, it is not going to give you the proper value or the proper whatever you have set the format. That also we are going to cover in this video in the later part. Okay. Now this is the solution. We are going to work on the case. So first of all, let's add the existing case. Go to entity. Okay. Here, let's go to case. And this test ribbon. So whenever you are working with the ribbon workbench, you make sure there is nothing, no entity metadata, nothing included in that. You just need to import it as it is. So just click on finish. If there is any like forms, views, JavaScript, anything, it is not going to load in the ribbon workbench. So now coming here, we have added this case, the solution. So once you have installed the ribbon workbench, you can go here. Maybe you can search a little bit or go into the description to download the ribbon workbench and install it. Okay, now let's open the ribbon workbench. So here, just open this one. Okay, what is this? Test ribbon, sorry. So test ribbon button. Now it will download the solution. It may take a few seconds to be available. Yeah, it has loaded correctly. Now let's create a custom button. So for that, just go to button here and I'm going to drag it. Let's see, button. Where is it? Okay, it is here. Let's bring it from there to somewhere here. Now let's give it a name as print print case. Okay, print case. Fine. So if this is done, now let's add any command first, attach any command to it, create a command, and let's give it as a name. This print case command. Okay, attach it here. Now this button should be shown in the case. Let's just publish it. Okay, so now it's going to take around 1 or 2 minutes to build this ribbon and to publish it. So let's just wait. So finally it is published. You can see here empty level and these things are coming. So you may see that it was completed in very less time because I had paused the video. Okay. Now once it is published, let's go to the case and see if the button is visible or not. Just going to give a hard refresh. Just let's do it again. Okay, you can see print case is available here. So if I go and click on new case, it is still available. And then if you want to change this small icon, that also we can change it. That we'll see in the later. Now the problem here is even when the new case is there, we are able to see this print case button. But right now there is no any data available. So it cannot print any Word document or anything, right? So I do not want to be to this button to be available in the new case. It should be available only when a case is created or if you are updating the case at that time only. So for that, what you can do is because that's whenever you're giving an option to download, sorry, to print the case, there should be some data. That's why this is not much, what do you call that, logical. So I'm going to hide this on the create of cache. So for that, let's go to the ribbon workbench again. And here, if you see, we have the display rows, right? So just click on the new display role and it's not difficult. Just here, it's going to create a new step and we are going to deal with a form, right? This is nothing but a form. We have three, like one is, one second, one is, this is for the form, this is for the subgrid, and this is for the home. So we are going to work with a form. So here it should be having form state role. Yes, this one, select this. Now I want by default it should be false. Okay, and state. When this button should be available. This should be available only when on existing or no, no, no. Let's on create it should not be available. Make it as true. Okay. So by default it is going to be hidden only. Okay. It will be sorry, it will not be available on the create of the case. Now same thing, you just come here. What we need to do is we need to add that display rule here. This is actions, add action, not this one, sorry, display rule. Just click on this and this one. Okay, this is done. Let's publish it now. Okay, so now again this is going to take some more time, between 5 minutes or whatever according to the reason. So I'm going to pause this video. I'll resume it once this is published, and we'll check whether this button is available on the while creating the case or not. Yeah, so this is published. Let's check here. And once this is done, we are going to work with the Power Automate. So still it is visible. Just give a hot refresh. Okay, now if you see, it is not available. If you go and click on the new case, yeah, it is working as expected. Now, if I open any existing record, this button should be available. Yeah, fine. So if you click on this one right now, nothing will happen because we have not given any triggers, nothing. So what we need to do is in the ribbon workbench here, uh, we are going to create one JavaScript, and we need to put what do you call that, in the Power Automate we'll be getting one URL that we need to put it in the JavaScript as well as this ribbon workbench, that function. That is a little complex to tell, but I'm just going to create a Power Automate now. Okay, and then we'll use that HTTPS, that something URL in the workbench. So here let's go to Power Automate now. Make Power Apps. Okay, so here either you can make it from here, or let's go to Power Automate. Or instead of going there, here itself in the flows, if you go, we can create it. So let's click on the new automated flow. Give it give it a name as print case. Okay, skip this one, and I want it on when HTTP request is received. Okay. It means that whenever a button is clicked. Okay, so we should have, one second, not this one, when HTTP request received. The second one. Okay. Now who can trigger this? So let's make it as anyone from the organization. And you can see here HTTP post URL. So this is the important thing. This only we are going to get it and store it into the environment variable, and that environment variable will be used in the JavaScript. Okay. So let's try to save it. I think okay. We need to have at least one action. So click on new action. So what we need, we are working on the case. So let's get the raw. One second. Let's get, choose Microsoft Data was, get raw IT, get a raw by IT, and I want the table as case. Cases. Okay, and one more thing is here in the HTTP. Okay, we uh, we want the, what do you call, the GUID, the case ID of that key on the button. See, we may be having multiple cases. Okay, So we need to store the ID, GUID of this case, and that only it should be given here. Where is that? One second. Okay, that GUID only should be passed in the Power Automate. Okay, whenever HTTP request is received. So for that we need to give that it is of type. It should be of type object, on properties should be um, let's give it as case ID. So it should be case ID. Okay, it's wrapped in the second, and case ID it is going to be what? It's of types string. Okay, either you can write it, or in case if you want, you can just give it and generate it from here. Sample. We have used sample payload to generate, right? Let me just copy it. I think this is fine only. We have type object. Okay, properties. Fine, fine, fine. Fine. So let me just copy it. If I give this one here, so here it is giving. Okay, we are missing one brace. Okay, opening brace should be there. Okay, and here we have to give a strong closing brace. Okay, yeah. So now error is gone. Now let's here it should we need to get this case ID on it. So it is going to be dynamic. Whenever you're coming to any case, you are clicking on this print case, then it will take that GUID of this case, and the same GUID will be passed here. What is this? Same, it will be passed in the case ID. So let's change the name as getting case information case. Okay. Now let's save it. I think one URL should be generated here. That is the main thing now. Okay, you have got the URL. Just take it and paste it somewhere in the notepad. Like here we have it, right? Paste it somewhere. Now the next thing is we are going to focus on getting more values. If you have any other like in the case here itself, what are the fields, or if there is any this customer lookup field. If you want to get the information from another lookup inside another record. So for that also we need to get another raw. Let me just close this useless tabs. So let's create a new step. Data was get raw by ID, and here it was having customer is, I think it's a multi lookup of accounts and contacts, right? Okay, so here also we can get let's get to the account itself, account and raw ID. So raw ID we cannot just give it like the previous one, case ID, right? We are getting this account from this case information. Like first of all we are going to this case, and from this case we are going to another record, that is account or contact. So here we need to give the account from the case. So here we have get case information and customer type, contact, account value, this one. Okay, so we are getting this information just to populate it. Like in the next step we'll see how to populate the Word document. For that we need to have all the informations, otherwise it is going to throw an error. So let's rename it get customer count info. Okay, that's all. Now I want to populate the Microsoft Word template. So for that, come here, just put Word. And right now we have not uploaded any Word, but let's see the connector first. And here, if you see convert Word to PDF, that is different. Populate a Word. Okay. So for populating, you need to have the access of this populate. Okay. Now it is asking for the location, document library, file where. So first of all, we need to have the Word document, and let's create a Word document and store it somewhere in the SharePoint. And that file location we need to give it here. So now we'll see how to map the fields from this case into the Microsoft Word. So first, open that Microsoft Word. Currently, it is already enabled. So let's see how to enable it. Okay. So first of all, you have to go to the file option. In case if it is not enabled, the developer tab is not visible to you. Just open your MS Word, go to the file option, and here, where is that options? Okay, here we have the options. Okay, in the options, customize ribbon button, and here I think we should have the option of developer. So if you scroll down here, see, so it is currently it is already ticked. In case if it is not showing, just make sure it is ticked on and click on apply. Okay. Now it will be visible to you. So once it is visible to you, let's just give some. This is a test for populating case record. Okay. Now we need the schema name of the case fields. So here the case, let's get the field values, logical names. So the first thing I want to populate is title. Alright, this title. So for that, you just come here, go to document, and I want title. Sorry, not title. Title, name, and email. Let's it be. Okay. What else you? If we want, let's see, we want to show this customer ID as well. Not customer ID, and some details from this contact, right? Not from the account. So I want to map some data from this account as well, which is phone. Not phone, let it be this parent account, not parent account. So this one, street one. Okay. So here, logical names. Okay, now let me just come here, and if we have done this one, just come here. And now the main part comes here. Once you have given everything, just go to the developer tab. Okay, developer tab, and here in this one, inside this one, you just give, as soon as you click on this one, here it is enabled, right? So just go to the design properties, and here I want to give it as a title. Okay, and what is that schema name? So schema name is nothing but this one, right? Click on OK. Okay, in case if you want to remove this is so long, like click or tap on this one, then just go to the design mode, and you can edit it. Here you just give it as case title or something. Case title, this is done. Now for the name, what we have here, we see, okay, let's give the name. It's sorry, this one, ticker number, coming here and give it as ticker. Again, click on this one, and here go to the properties. I want ticker symbol. In the tag, you need to give the logical name. Okay, what else? We have anything else? First response by, no. Let's open an existing record. Maybe we'll be having more fields enabled there. Is in the account we have this address line one. Okay, this is from here, coming here, document file. Let's give it as address, account, address. Okay, so as of now, let's check with this four fields whether it is matching or populating or not. Later on, if you have more requirements, you can just come here and edit everything. Just remember, whenever you want to populate it, you just go to this AA, whatever it is called, and in the properties, you give the name here, what you want to display, and in the tag, the logical name of that field. That's all. Now I'm just going to save it. If you want to see the design, just click on the design mode. If you want to edit any of those things, the design mode, you should be able to edit it. Okay. I'm going to save it, and I want to save it in the desktop. More locations. Save as browse desktop test what. Okay, stop. Let's give it as this one. Okay, now this is done. Now we need to upload this file somewhere in the SharePoint. So let's go with the SharePoint. Coming here. So what we have done is we have installed the ribbon workbench. We have created our automate, which is just collecting the informations, and it is going to be triggered whenever a button is clicked, getting informations. And now we have enabled the developer mode, and we have kept that field name and the logical names and all. Now we are going to store in the SharePoint. After that, we are going to use our SharePoint path here to populate that field. Okay, so let's come to the SharePoint now. So ensure that the SharePoint integration is done with the Dynamics 365. Just to check that, you can go to the case or any entity, and here in the related, that document should be visible. If it is not visible, means it's not integrated. So for that, what you can do is you can either go to my video which I showed in the earlier, or you can go to my blog where I have already done the integration, SharePoint integration with Dynamics 365. Just to give you overview, what we need to do is here also that document is tab is not enabled. So it means that SharePoint integration is not done. So first let's create the SharePoint integration. Go to this one, advanced setting. So here we are in the advanced setting. So first of all, let me start from the beginning. We are going to create, we are going to do integration, a SharePoint integration with the Dynamics 365. So currently the case or contact entity, if you go and check in the related, the document is not visible, right? So for the, in order to make it, in order to, what do you call that? To upload any documents from SharePoint, and it should be available in the Dynamics. Or if you're uploading any documents from the Dynamics, it should be available in the SharePoint. For that, both should be integrated. So going to the advanced setting here, if you come here inside the database, sorry, data management, right? Sorry, not data, document management. If you come here, if it is not integrated, an option should come here like some configure SharePoint integration, something like that. But right now it is not visible. So just to show you here how it should look, configure server-based SharePoint integration. This is for the first time. Right now it is all, I think it is already done with some other entity. So it is not showing. Now we are going to do for the case entity. So for that, just click on the document management setting. And here it should give you the options which entity you want to integrate. So account or your custom entity, everything will be, it should be visible here. Okay, now account, okay, this is already done. Let me do it for the case. KC, it is not checked. And also this is asking for the link where you want to store it. So for that, if you come here in the SharePoint, you can just go to create one site. Okay, like let me come here. What you need to SharePoint integration file, just create one site. Okay, xyz dot that project, and once you create that site, just copy the URL path, copy the URL path, and this path only you need to paste it here in this one. So for me, it is already done, right? So that is it. This one, it is just copy and paste it. Click on the next. It will do some validations, I think. Bonded, this is not required for us. If the site is valid, then it will give you tick mark something successful. If not, then it will throw an error. Okay, so one pop-up came, document libraries are being created at path XYZ, tap to continue. Okay. So it is just checking for whatever the entity we have checked already exist, and for the case it is succeeded, remaining it is already existing. So this is done. Finish it. Now let's check it here. Just go refresh it. And I think there are some limitations whenever you upload any documents to SharePoint or to Dynamics. I think there are conventions as well as the file size. Okay, let me just check first if document is okay. So now you can see document is enabled here. Now what will happen if you upload any document from here? It will be available in the SharePoint, whatever the site you have created under that one. If you come here, I think here case is there right now, test. Okay, so let's suppose what will happen if I try to upload any document from my system. Okay, the limitations are like you can only upload the file which is having equal to or less than 50 MB. Also the file name should not have some symbols, like if you come here, yeah, these symbols are not included. Okay, you should avoid using these characters. Now coming here and something more. Okay, leave that one. Let's just choose a file, go to desktop. Let me load this one, open. So as soon as functionality is like once you have uploaded it here, it should be a just to refresh it. It should be visible in the SharePoint as well. Test word. This one, see, a few seconds ago. So suppose if there is any other case record, for that another folder will be created inside this case. Okay, and the file will be stored. So now we are done with the how to integrate Dynamics 365 with the SharePoint. That part is done. Now what we need is we need to upload this file, right, which was this test word. So coming here, let's store it somewhere. Let's store it in the site contents itself. Let's give it a list itself, not this one, document library. Okay, instead of creating any site, let's use the existing which we have uploaded here in the case, right? This one at test word. So if I open it, I think it should be visible here with the map, the dynamics, that case fields. If you come here, yeah, it is visible. So instead of creating any site, you can create a site, but I'm going to use this existing only. And we need this path, that's all. Wherever it doesn't matter where you have stored it, you just need the path in the Power Apps, sorry, in the Power Automate. So coming here, what is the location? The location is so select your location DN. What is that? And the document library you selected from here, just documents. Your case should be visible. Okay, I think this is the wrong one. Just come here, this one. Now here case, okay, fine. And here that I think what was the folder name? If you come here, not this one, here test one EOF, right? So here test one EOF it is coming, and from here whatever the files are stored, it should be visible here. Okay. So now it is going to populate this one, this Microsoft Word template. Click on save. So once we have populated it, I want to store this new document, the populated one, to some other place in the SharePoint. So for that, also I do not want to use the same name as whatever is their test word. So for that, let's create a new name. Let's go to compose. Okay, and we are going to give a new name whenever it is generated. Mhm. So data operation compose, okay, and I want the name as case, and it should start with the first account name, not account. You get customer information and there. I want it from the case. You can either make it as a dynamic or static, your choice. Okay, here is the case. So I want case title, and if there is any other owner field, whatever, if there you can put it. Otherwise, I don't want. And uh, yeah, that is fine. That's all. Case and case title should be there. And let's create another. Let's rename it to Word file name. File name. And after this, I also, whenever this new document is created, I want to store it into the new folder. It should not be in the same folder. So for that, I want another folder name as well. Just come here, compose, and the folder name should be, let's give it as test folder. Okay, rename it folder name. Okay. Now, once this is populated, I want to create a separate file, right? So go to SharePoint. Okay, just remove this one. Here we should have the option of SharePoint, right? Okay, I think this is the wrong connector. Click a new step, select SharePoint from here. And in the SharePoint, we should have option of create file, create folder, everything. So in the later steps, we are also going to create a new folder. But right now, let's go with creating a new file, create a file. Okay, and the file name should be whatever the earlier we have given, this one, right here. So I want to create file in DNS test document, folder path. It was in the, I want to store it in the incident. Okay, yeah, this is why inside the case. And file name should be whatever we have given the file name here, right? Word file name. So word file name and the file content. So here we need to give the body, whatever the file, like earlier we have mapped this one, right? Populate a Microsoft Word template. The same, once it is populated, it need to get stored in this one. So here we should have the output of Microsoft Word document. Okay, click on save. And now once it is saved in Word document, but I want to download it as a PDF document. So for that we have another connector to convert Word document to PDF. I think it is in the same Word only. Let's come and one second, new step, go to Word and select Microsoft Word Online, convert Word to PDF. Yeah, and what is the file that you want to convert from Word to PDF? It is nothing from this one, but the above one, right? Just come here, select your path, documents library, and the file name. File name, it should be whenever the flow is running, it should be dynamic, right? So the file name was this one, I think, folder name. Come here and give the file name. What is word file name was? Word file name, and it was of docx, right? Docx. Document format. Here also in the create file, I think we file name should be extension should be document. Okay, now we are done. Just save it. So now what it is doing is whenever if we come here to the case, whenever you are clicking this button, print case, now it is triggering this flow. It is getting this case information. Okay, first of all, it is getting this case GUID, getting the case information, customer informations. You can put more raw if you want to collect extra information. Then it is populating the word template, whatever we have uploaded here in the inside this one test word. It is populating this. Then we are giving a file name, folder name. It's of your choice. If you want to give. Otherwise, you can use the same name. Then we are creating a file, like whatever it is populated, we are storing the SharePoint. And now for downloading, I want to download it as a PDF. So I'm converting it to the PDF. Now the final step is a response. A response like in the right till now here it is fine. Now if I want to download it, like as soon as I click on this, once if the document is generated, here we are creating the file, we are generating the document in the SharePoint. But now I want to download it as well. So in order to download it, we need to use the action called response here. Okay, the response, and we are going to give some response number here, which we'll use in the JavaScript. But as of now, just leave this one and check if this is working or not. So click on the test manually. Okay, so we need to perform the action, but right now we have not created the JavaScript or anything. So let's wait. Now let's work with the JavaScript. So well, in the JavaScript also, we need to have the environment variable first. So to summarize it, we have created a custom button here. Okay. And on the click of this button, we want to trigger this flow. Where is that flow? We want to trigger this flow. So for that, in order to trigger the flow from custom button, we need to create environment variable. We already have the existing button, custom button. We'll develop a JavaScript code where we'll be using this environment variable, and then in the ribbon workbench, we need to configure the command of that button. So here in the here we have this, right? So in the command, we need to give that primary control and some string parameters, CRM parameters, if we want to download that document. So first, let's create the environment variable. So you need to note down this whenever if you have created this flow, which is working on this HTTP request is received, just copy this URL, come to your Power Apps, go to your solution, which is test ribbon, not this test ribbon, I think. This, what was the solution name? Yep, this one. Now click on the new more environment variable. Let's give it a name as print check. Okay, and it should be of type string data source. No, it should be of type text. And here in not in the default value, but in the current value, you need to enter that flow HTTP URL, whatever it is you have got it. Click on save button. Okay, so now once you have created this environment variable, now it is good to go. So whenever you pass this DNS or XYZ, whatever it is, underscore print check, it will trigger that flow. Okay, if you give any other HTTP, like if you have multiple environment variable and you want to trigger any flow, then you just come here, you edit this environment variable. Okay, now let's copy this one and let's work on the JavaScript. So for that, open your notepad, and here go to new file, select the language as JavaScript. Okay. So now the one thing important here is you need to know the environment URL, whichever you have created earlier. So to know the environment URL here, if you see, go to your this one, go to your solutions, test ribbon, and here you can see your this one, print check or print case, print account, whatever. This environment variable name is important. It is important either you can use it in the ribbon workbench while you setting the set CRM parameter, or you can use in the JavaScript as well. Anything, both the ways we can trigger it. So now I have